The new Harry Potter Quidditch Champions games was recently announced with fan excitement for a Quidditch game. That being said, it still has a mystery surrounding it outside of the FAQ section of its website. So here are 10 unanswered questions surrounding Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. Yo, this your boy James over at XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Harry Potter Quidditch Champions content. The first and biggest question for Harry Potter Quidditch Champions so far is, what is Harry Potter Quidditch Champions release year? Will it release this year, possibly making it the third Harry Potter game or Portkey Games title to release in 2023? The first being Hogwarts Legacy, obviously in February 2023. Next will be Harry Potter Magic Awakened, hopefully. And last, possibly Quidditch Champions. I appreciate the announcement of the game and even the opportunity for the community to playtest it during April 20th through the 21st. But with the playtest being available to the public, that must mean the game is much further along in development process, right? Which, in my opinion, strictly by perspective, makes me think we could be getting the game by holiday 2023 or 2024. The next question is, what time period or timeline does Quidditch Champions take place? Is it before, during, or after the Harry Potter books? Portkey Games titles all take place either before or after the books, with puzzles and spells literally recreating the events from the 7 Harry Potter books. That being said, I honestly think there might be merit to all 3 timelines. Before and after, for example, the books, you could tell your own story and meet new characters like in Hogwarts Legacy or Wizards Unite. That being said though, I'd love to compete as a Hufflepuff against the Gryffindor team with Harry, Ginny, and Angelina Johnson, with Lee Jordan making the call in the background, calling out XpectoGO. Come on, how hyped would that be? That being said though, I think it's going to be after the Harry Potter books, just because we had Quidditch World Cup kind of take place during the books. So what do you guys think? Next up, will Quidditch Champions have a storyline? This question will also depend on the timeline, in my opinion, but I think for a Harry Potter game, you need to have some elements of a story, whether small and not in depth or vast and deep storytelling. I'm excited to see how they play around with the story aspects while creating a vastly fun and competitive type game called Quidditch Champions. Next, will we be able to play on a professional Quidditch team? We're shown the Quidditch pitch at Hogwarts representing the 4 houses in the Quidditch Champions trailers, and even the MC is rocking a specific Gryffindor Quidditch uniform. So we know at least we can play for our Hogwarts houses, which your boy is going to be repping. Hufflepuff, you already know, but will we be able to play for professional teams after Hogwarts? If so, what would that look like? Do we have to complete 7 seasons of Quidditch at Hogwarts first before going to a professional team? And then after that, do we get to pick the professional team we want to play for or have to try out? Can it be a global team, or is it locked within the British League teams like the Chudley Cannons or the Holyhead Harpies or the Pride of Portree, just to name a few? I'm hoping and crossing my fingers we'll be able to do some global teams just like we saw in the original game, Quidditch World Cup. Speaking of teams, can you customize or even create an entirely new team like the XpectoGO Patronuses? That would be so cool. The XpectoGO Patronuses competing against the Chudley Cannons? This may sound silly and completely break lore, but entirely new custom-made teams is something that has been done in previous sports games, and with the online multiplayer element, would add to the fun, in my opinion, and kind of adding a stamp to your own personality while playing this game. What would be the max total of players you can have on a team for multiplayer or online play, especially while playing with others? There are 7 players on a Quidditch team, 3 chasers, 2 beaters, and 1 keeper and seeker. So in Quidditch Champions, can we have me and 6 of my friends fill each of those positions or team roles versus another team of 7 players online? Or will the numbers be lower with the other positions filled by CPU? Seeing that the initial announcement tweet of Quidditch Champions called out each position, I hope it's an actual 7v7 type gameplay for Quidditch Champions. Now, for a single player, will we be able to cycle through multiple positions or have to stick with one? This is another mechanic question pertaining to solo mode, which has been confirmed on Harry Potter Quidditch Champions website FAQ. But how will that look? Will we be isolated to one position while playing the CPU, or can we cycle through each position, allowing us to honestly fully control the game and its outcome without even having to rely on CPU intelligence, which can be wonky at times? That being said though, I hope we're able to change between chaser, beater, or seeker, especially seeker if I'm getting destroyed and catching the snitch is the only way for me to win, since you are rewarded 150 points. Speaking of that 150 points, how will Quidditch Champions balance this game? Because as of right now, according to lore, the seeker is the most OP position currently within the game, with you being able to get 150 points for catching the snitch, which in my opinion leaves the other positions obsolete outside of detracting the opposing team's seeker. That being said though, 150 points is a ton of points for one job, and it automatically ends the match once it's caught. So how will Quidditch Champions balance this OP position out? Will it be via time limit, allowing those who are chasers, beaters, or even keepers roles be elevated just in case the seeker is unable to catch the snitch? Or will they stick to lore and make a few changes? This is one of the bigger questions I have for this game outside its release. The big question coming out of the gaming side of the community is, will Harry Potter Quidditch Champions be free to play but have microtransactions, or have to pay up front like a Hogwarts Legacy? This is a big question because microtransactions is such a bad word based on this feature's reputation alone. People are worried. People are worried about microtransactions playing a pivotal role in a game like this that has been so anticipated, like a Hogwarts Legacy. That being said though, there are ways where microtransactions can be just for costumes, aesthetics, and nothing that would concern an edge in gaming or your overall gameplay. That being said, the final question is, if microtransactions are a possibility, will it be pay to win? And if you have the bigger wallet, will that give an edge to you as a player against others who might not have that amount of money? I look forward to finding out all of these details soon enough coming from Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. But until then, what other questions do you guys have for this highly anticipated game, Harry Potter Quidditch Champions? Comment below, let me know, and let's talk some Quidditch Champions. I want to give a special shout out to our Patronus Squad members who support the channel in more ways than one, but those specifically who support the channel on a monetary way, whether on Twitch, whether on YouTube here, or on our Patreon. We thank you guys so much for your continued support and look forward to sending you more exclusives as a way to say thank you. I hope you all have a magical day. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time.